Well, here's the current after shot. This is a screen door that Hermy made. You can see he's got all the welds together. And up here, the drilling for the handle. I actually had to widen this one to a 1/2 inch. So I was in there like for ages with the Dremel trying to get through that. It took forever to get into the side of that, but I debated about taking off the mesh to repaint, and I decided to leave it on because I figured that way the paint would also seal up everything. So it was, I think, for as long as it's been up there, it's pretty good shape. You know, just a quick little aesthetic overhaul, and I think it's looking okay. Thinking about putting in a second coat. I'm not sure. I don't think I need it to be too thick. So anyway, this is the after, and when I get this flipped over, we'll see how it looked on the other side. So this is the old handle, and it actually still worked okay, but I figured since we're taking everything apart, and when decided to upgrade a little bit, get one that's a little bit prettier. So this one's nice, but it has this little face plate, so I had to cut right here, see? And then it's also got a much bigger spindle, so that's why I had to open this up to almost about 1/2 inch and bring these back just a tad. And it still should be okay. Who knows, I might end up having to put this back on, we'll see. But I do have to sink 2 more screws, one here, one here, since I cut there. I just cut here and here to allow for this the little plate here to have room. So slight upgrade on the Hermy design, not a big deal. Okay, so here's the before side. This is after sanding, but you can see it, quite a few areas were showing some wear, but just a coat of paint and a little bit of sanding, and I think it's gonna look good as new. So I think that's a pretty good testament to a Hermy project done well, because it's been a long time since we've done anything to it. So just a little coat of paint's gonna be good for it. So there it is. It'll be looking better shortly. Okay, here's the after on the other side. It's got its first coat, and we're using what is this called? Tinsmith. We're gonna do the door jamb in Tinsmith too, but I'm gonna do the door, I think, with this flirt alert. I gotta get, this is interior though, I gotta get an exterior like this, but in flirt alert. And then, so yeah, but I need more of both, for both. I'll show the door. So here's where we took that screen off, and this door and jamb has already been prepped and sanded and all that, ready to be painted, but can't right now, it's just too hot in the glaring sun. We'll do it tomorrow morning. I'm gonna do the jamb tomorrow in that Tinsmith, and then the next day after that, I'll do the door with that crazy red paint. Because it might be fun, because this is like a side door, so it'll just be our little special red door. Why not? And if anybody didn't like it, they could just take the door off. Well, here's the Hermy helpers. They're getting hot. Time to call it a day. 9 o'clock and too hot to work. And here's the screen on the door jamb, and the door is drying, and I went ahead with like a cafe brown that I actually already had that was exterior, because it's too lazy to go to Home Depot basically. So there it is, and then we got a new little thingy on there, and let's look at the outside. Okay, so there's the outside. It is a close and a clasp, but there's actually an issue. I didn't want to mess it up too much, but I had to put some really bigger and really long screws, because this has been losing it, probably because of the weight of the screen. And so I had to kind of whack on the hinge a little bit, and I put a couple of really big screws in, and it's okay now, and it is closing, and it's not rubbing like it was, so I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to mess with it too much, because I figure, well, it's working there, let's leave it be. Anyway.